We are doing the West Rim Trail. What's the actual forest? Tioga? Tioga. West Rim Trail runs from about Blackwell, Pennsylvania, small little village, up towards Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. It's a 30-mile point-to-point trail. We got shuttled from Wellsboro down to the southern terminus. Left the house at like 5:30. I got up at 4:45, so you got up earlier than that.
I actually got up at 3:50 because I woke up
early. Dad got up at 3:50. We're about 2.5 miles into the trail, I think. Not a whole lot of plans related to where we're gonna camp or stay.
A couple of competing groups behind us we're trying to stay
true.
ahead of.
We had, there's 2 other twosomes on the shuttle that we took that we rode down with. Seemed like nice people, but would prefer not to compete for campsites. So we're currently ahead of them. We will see if we stay ahead of them. The forecast looks pretty good. Chance of rain on Saturday. We're looking to do this in 2.5 days, probably.
Yep.
Right now the bugs are coming out of nowhere. I don't know what's going on.
Just since we stopped.
Starting to get a little view. Part of the reason we wanted to come in the spring was because there's no trees, so, well, there's trees, there's just no leaves. So you can't, you can see straight out into the gorge. So far that's paying off. Back up the ridge. Yeah. 4 miles in, we decided we were eyeing up the map, trying to get an idea of what camp options exist. Tentatively targeting like a 16-mile day, which would hopefully give us a pretty sweet camp spot, but we have a bunch of options beforehand if we change our mind. Right now, weather's good.
Perfect.
Sun. It's not too hot yet. There's these little bugs that are kind of annoying, but could be worse.
Our competition hasn't caught up with us either.
Yeah, no one's caught up to us yet. So apparently we're not going too slow. The women that were behind us, they said they were planning on going till Sunday. So I don't anticipate them catching us. It's a little after 1 o'clock. We've done 8.2 miles. If we do the route that we are targeting, I guess we're about the halfway point-ish. So far it's been a fairly easy 8 miles. Gonna take a break, eat some lunch, and then get going. We got a little bit of an up.
That looks steeper than some of the ups we've had.
Yeah. Well, this was our initial ascent, which is really never that bad.
No.
We're at about 10.2, 10.3, I don't know, over 10 miles. Stopping for a quick break. We're at a kind of cool campsite. You can't really probably tell on the camera, but you can see through these trees and it just goes very far down. First little bit of a view that we've had for a while. Trail's been, I don't know, kind of boring for the past 3 or 4 miles maybe.
A little, I'd say, underwhelming to this point.
Yeah, we had a pretty good vista right off the bat. I've read that the southern half is not as good, so hopeful that the northern half is going to be pretty good. But if we get the campsite we want today, then the campsite itself should have a pretty good vista. Trail's not been bad. A lot of down trees in the last couple miles slowed us down and was pretty annoying. This wouldn't be a bad campsite other than the fact that it's dry. There's no water here. Depending if it's running, there is supposed to be a creek down there, but everything's been pretty dry. Some of the potential water sources have been dry. We got a view. We complained at the last stop, so we got rewarded. All right, we are just under 13 miles for the day. We have a little bit of road walking, maybe a half mile or so. And then we're gonna fill up pretty much all of our water, I think is the plan, just so we have a ton of water that we can carry to camp, because we're not sure if there's gonna be water nearby. I think it's around 4 o'clock right now. Maybe a little after, because we took a small break.
We're gonna see if we can flag a car down, have them take us to the camp.
Yeah. We gotta be close. All right, we made it to Bradley Whale's picnic area. There's actually bathrooms here, and there is a pump well that appears to be working. I can tag in.
Yeah. That's a workout. That's worse than walking the trail.
No consistency with the ball.
Top it off.
Yeah, all in the last over a liter now.
Good brown water.
This was my solution to get the bugs off my face. I have a bug net somewhere in my bag.
No reason to go down and see that vista.
It took 15 miles, but we finally got to somewhere with a sweet campsite and a sweet view.
Alright. Oh, this is great.
If you had to, you'd have to go back to the water in the morning. Spot there.
All right, we settled on this as our camp spot. Dad's gonna set up over there. Fire ring. I'm gonna set up over here. It's a little close to the edge, but hopefully I don't roll down the hill in the middle of the night. Ended up being almost 15 and a half miles that we covered today. It's like 14 and a half actual trail miles, but we always add distance just doing stuff. Personal record for Dad. Yeah, last time it was probably like 12 miles before this, and now you're up to 15 and a half.
Yeah, I think it was like 12 was my longest.
Pretty happy we decided to push further to come to this site, because before this was not very exciting. Like, honestly, first half of the trail not amazing.
Yeah, we didn't even see anything up until this point that was worth camping at, really.
Yeah, we saw like that one, maybe two vistas that were kind of neat, but most of the trail, besides those very short moments, was just boring. Very optimistic that tomorrow and the next day will be a lot sweeter. But honestly, the most impressive thing about the entire day is that this Band-Aid never fell off. I put that on this morning. I have a blister under there, and I've been walking all day with trekking poles in my hand, and somehow never came off. I resorted to the bug net. Got some wood collected. Now it's dinner time. I am making a rice and bean mixture. I'm gonna add some goldfish and cheese and crackers maybe to it. That's cool. Just got the fire going. Luckily the bugs are gone. They started to get better even before the fire, but definitely helps. We forgot to do a dinner update. I actually had a pretty crazy dinner compared to normal. I had rice and beans with taco seasoning and a block of cheddar cheese I chunked up into it, and then tortilla chips and goldfish all mixed into it. And it was pretty awesome. I was actually planning on putting it in a tortilla, but it was too soupy, so I didn't do that. It's 9:41. We've used all of our wood, just waiting for the fire to burn down. We had a little bit of an incident where the these sparks or embers are flying out of the fire like crazy, and I was bent over, and one of them, a decent sized one, apparently landed on my back and burnt through my, I'm wearing my rain jacket over top of a fleece, and it burnt through my rain jacket, burnt through my fleece, and then singed the hiking shirt on I have underneath. So that's really cool. We'll see how cold it gets tonight. Forecast supposedly is 50, 51-ish degrees as a low, and I have a 50-degree quilt that I brought that I've never used before, so I actually don't know how warm it is, so we will see how that goes.
And you singed your warm outer
And, yeah, and I singed my warm layers. Saw a porcupine this morning. See if we can see a shot of it in a tree. There it is. I've never seen a porcupine in the wild, I don't think. I don't know if I've ever seen a porcupine in a zoo. Now we're making some breakfast, maybe have some more coffee before we head out. I'm making some eggs in my little koozie over there. What are you making? Biscuits and gravy?
Biscuits and gravy.
It was not too bad last night. My thermometer said it got down to 48 degrees, and my quilt is rated at 50 degrees. It was probably chillier than I wanted to be, but not horrible. It wasn't insufferable or anything.
Probably could have put on like something like this, you would have been fine.
Yeah, I also didn't bring my puffer, so I've just been wearing a rain jacket as like another layer for warmth. I just didn't bring a whole lot. Oh, we already covered the porcupine, but that was kind of interesting. I was actually getting ready to do the short walk over to the restrooms this morning, and I noticed a random large creature walking on the ground that I've never seen before, and it startled me, and then I caught a little bit of a video on my phone, and it was kind of cool, and I was trying to capture the video, and then it ran up into a tree. So that was cool. Definitely cool. This campsite is awesome, just out of convenience. Like, it'd be cool if there was water like right here, or even if you didn't have to pump the water, because like I'm not sure that if you had to pump that by yourself, it would be a pain. Like, just trying to do it feels like a two-man job. It is almost 10:30 and we are all packed up. The full West Rim Trail is 30 miles. And the trail that I had mapped out was about 28 because it used a shortcut. we're gonna just sort of wing it and decide once we get there. Even if we do less miles than yesterday, we should still be pretty close to the end for a short out tomorrow. Really can't complain about this view. I'm sure it would be a little bit more pretty if it was all green, but that's okay. I like being able to see through the trees just to see out over the gorge. But 1.5 miles into the trail for today. We just stopped and got some water, but it is pretty warm. It is definitely gonna be hot and sweaty today. Dunked a rag, soaked my face and my hair. A little bit up and down probably when we come in and out of the water sources, but nothing crazy.
The bigger problem is going to be the exposure to the sun.
Yeah, there's no cover from the sun. Yesterday it got a little warm, but I think today's gonna be worse. It's probably the best view so far.
Yeah.
Our camp is sweet, but you couldn't actually see directionally that far.
Not as good as our Dolly Sod campsite, but pretty darn good.
We're about 3 miles in. Don't necessarily need water, but just because it's hot, we're trying to drink a lot today, so we're gonna chug some water, fill up. Plus, this is just a cool spot. There's a bridge here. Really cool campsites over here. Really nice big fire ring. This is 3 miles from where we camped, and we camped around the 16-mile marker, so this is probably the 13-ish mile marker. Found another camp with a vista. Got another mile or so, and we might have lunch. You can probably make it a mile.
Yeah.
Have some lunch and then chill. Hopefully there's some shade wherever we get lunch, because there's not much.
Your thing says 107.
Well, this is probably a little exaggerated, but apparently on my backpack it 108. It just went up. I got too close to it. Apparently it's pretty hot on my back, which explains why it's so wet. What are you eating for lunch?
I'm having buffalo chicken wrap.
Okay. I have this triple peanut slaw, which has been soaking since we stopped last time. So we'll see how it is. I'm sure that looks really appetizing. It smells kind of good in like an exotic way. I think it's pretty good. I would actually, ironically, because it's called peanut slaw, I would probably like it better if it just didn't have the peanuts in it.
It's like a weird combination of things you never put together.
That's not a raving endorsement. I also have another Band-Aid update. I did end up messing up that Band-Aid, or replacing this Band-Aid. So this Band-Aid's holding on strong so far today. I have another Band-Aid here that's been doing pretty well. So the Band-Aid brand is doing pretty good. This is actually a good time to talk about my new channel sponsor, Band-Aids. When you need aid, reach for Band-Aid. Break is over. We took like an hour break, I think.
Yeah.
Just about an hour. Ate a ton of food. We kind of talked about our plans a little bit. We might have a couple different potential options of where we can stop, depending on how long it takes and how we're feeling. Either way, tomorrow at most will be 6 miles. Gotta switch back here.
Do we want to get water here? Where are we here on this?
This is 6. I don't know where the campsite would have been, but I think this maybe across the road. I don't know. We'll have to look at a map.
Not sure what the...
There's trail signs over there. It's a few feet deep.
Oh yeah. That's at least chest deep, if not more.
Had a pretty long incline up, coming up out of the road. We were just saying, probably this time last year, Dad would have had to stop halfway up. I'm gonna be honest, I actually pulled my GoPro out, expecting to give an update like halfway up the hill because I thought you were gonna stop, and then you never stopped. But we came to the conclusion, at least I came to the conclusion, is because there was no shade. And Dad hates the sun more than he hates going uphill.
Last year, you probably would have been searching my bag for a Bear aspirin to pump down my throat to keep me from having a heart attack.
Top of this hill, there's some sort of logging action going on. Huge pile of logs up there. I kind of want to wander up there just to look at it. It's better be worth it. Kind of sweet. The wind feels really good. Let's get a frame of reference for how big this pile of logs is. Okay, back to the trail. Whole hillside completely logged.
So let's ponder this a little bit. I know for a fact that I can get to mile 4.
Yeah.
So, do we want to get water here, or?
Yeah, we can do it.
Oh.
What is that?
Oh, what is this? It's got a long beak on it.
Oh, there it moved.
Get ready.
We won't bug you, buddy. We're gonna walk around, and then you can just hang out. We'll ID that thing when we get home. It had a really long beak. I don't even know what that was. It's probably not anything exciting, but got to see a porcupine, got to see some sort of weird long-beaked bird. I think we found home for the night. We are about 4.5 miles from the end of the trail, so we'll have a short morning. But we got a decent fire ring. Might need cleaned up a little bit. The ground is not the most level, but we can make it work. We got a stream just over the hill. Did 10 miles today. It's 4:30, almost on the nose. So we got quite a while to just kind of hang out and collect wood, eat, chill.
All right.
I might potentially do that and go in between those two roots. Like I could lay my body in between these two roots right here. It might be kind of crooked, but there you go.
You could. Oh, that's cool.
Band-Aid. Still got this one, barely. Waiting for the ramen noodles to cook. Then we're gonna add the mashed potatoes, then some chicken.
It feels good just to have a clean shirt on.
Yeah, I don't have any of those, so. Well, I was gonna soak my feet while I ate my dinner, but this water's so cold. Oh. 30 seconds was enough. Been getting firewood ready, but it started raining. Just a little sprinkle, but it's kind of annoying.
Cut my damn legs sawing that stupid wood.
Everybody, there's like a 75% injury rate when we saw wood.
We survived the rain. It actually started raining pretty good for a second there, but it wasn't horrible. I don't know. We went into our tents for how long?
It was windy and rainy though.
Yeah, the
so
wind was the scary part, honestly.
we were probably 20 minutes in our tents.
20 minutes.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
There is a not super live looking tree like right above my tent, so I would be happy if it was not windy tonight. But we emerged from our tents once it stopped raining, finished gathering wood. Everything was a little wet, obviously, but we didn't have too much trouble getting the fire started. And now, just a peaceful fire.
Yeah, no wind, chilling out.
I have a random mini log of summer sausage that we're cooking up.
Don't burn yet.
Well, it started raining again, so we got back in our tents, but we pretty much finished the firewood, so it was pretty close to bedtime anyway. Just put one in.
I'm just gonna drink this one first, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna try this one afterwards.
You might want to do the crappy one first, so you can end on
That's a good idea.
a high note.
Yeah, that's good. I remember when I was a kid, my dad used to drink nothing but instant coffee
Yeah.
every morning. It was gross.
Out of convenience, or you think it's just
Yeah, it was out
a
of
cost
convenience.
thing, or?
No, it was just pure convenience. He would only drink 1 cup, and you're not going to make a whole pot of coffee to drink 1 cup.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And he apparently liked it, so
I feel like, do you feel like instant coffee used to be more popular than it is now?
Yeah, I think so. Can you see on there how to open that? Is it tear down or tear across? I can't tell.
It says tear here. I can try to tear it if you want. Had some coffee and breakfast. Starting to warm up a little bit. Bugs have been bad, so this is our solution. It is 8:06. Probably just gonna mosey around a little bit and then pack up, and then have less than 4.5 miles And then we might, depending on time, we're thinking about there's like a bar right next to the trailhead that we might just get lunch there before we head home.
There you go.
Dad's finishing up packing. Guessing we'll be out of here by 9:30 pretty easily. We got like maybe a mile and a half to a section that's supposed to have a bunch of cool vistas. And it looks like the sun's actually come out a little bit behind the clouds, so hopefully that's nice. All right, we are on the move. We left camp at promptly 9:30, pretty much on the dot. And now we are just doing the thing where we walk from one point to another. Came up around right there, the tip of that outcrop, and then we pretty much followed this ridge all the way around to here. Kind of been going in this crescent shape around the ridge line. It's been pretty nice and breezy. There's way more green on the trees than the southern half of the trail. There was almost nothing green the southern half of the trail, but
Maybe it just greened up in the last 2 days.
yeah, maybe that's true. Maybe Friday to now was the difference. Barely even see him on the GoPro.
Yeah, it's like camouflage pretty good.
It is a little after 11:30. We are almost done. We probably have a quarter of a mile to go. Today was awesome. It probably helps that it was only, less than 4.5 miles, and our packs are super light. But all the vistas were sweet. The trail was really easy. Weather's been nice, not too hot. So today was probably the best day. Yesterday was pretty good too. First day, I don't know, not that great.
Underwhelming.
Yeah, underwhelming for sure is what it is. If you ever do this trail, like, unless you have a reason to want to do the whole point to point, I don't know that there's really a whole lot of value in doing the first half. I would just start at Bradley Wales and come north, or vice versa. Still a really fun trip. Glad that we did it overall. I don't think I would have changed it. It was fun to do a long first day and then kind of ease off and take it easy the next couple of days.
Other than the little rain we had, the weather was really good.
That's true. The weather was really sweet. A couple unexpected showers that I don't know that we really anticipated. We knew there was a small chance, but that caught us by surprise. All right, I can see the cars, so I can actually see my car. So we are done walking. It's a good trip. If you watch it, thanks for watching. Don't forget to support this video's sponsor, Band-Aid brand. All right, peace.
Yeah.